Yo, what's up, guys? So last video, this time around, last week, we talked about part one of my life should have been over a long time ago, back in 2010, so 8 years ago. And two things I want to talk about. If you guys are looking for a Yu-Gi-Oh video, this is not the one, fam. Go ahead and click on any of my videos that do not say the story of the TheCaliEffect. Also, pardon me, if you guys haven't seen part one, you might want to look on part one. We talk about a little bit of the background of what I'm talking about, as well as, you know, some other things that are really touching. So if you guys have not seen part one, I advise you to see part one, because this is more of the light at the end of the tunnel type thing. And I don't want to fill you guys up with, you know, all hope without showing you guys the struggle in the process. So back from where I left off, you know, I posted on Facebook. I was like, all right, I'm done. You know what I mean? This is it. I appreciate every single one of y'all. And then it happened. My saving grace. A friend hit me up. The same friend that I was talking about, that that we had the same credits, and I graduated and he didn't. He hit me up. He's the one that messaged me. And he was like, "Bro, come stay with me. Like, I know you're not in a good spot right now. Don't just come stay with me, man." You know what I mean? So I'm like, I ain't got no other choice. I go down there, and I meet him and his girlfriend. Him and his girlfriend have been, they were going out since high school. And I remember every time I used to see them in the halls, and they would be, you know, kissing or hugging or something, I'd be like, love. Now, I have a terrible fucking singing voice. I wish I could sing like Chris Brown, but I can't. So it was kind of like funny, but it was like, nigga. Like every time I see them hugging and shit. So they live in a studio. It was a studio, not a studio, apartment. A studio, what's that place called? Like it was a weekly. It was a weekly motel studio. And, you know, not to diss them or anything, I'm just saying it how it is. We all five of us lived in a studio weekly, because it was me, him, his girlfriend who was pregnant, his cousin, and his cousin's girlfriend. And we all lived in that weekly. And throughout that time, I'm legitimately like, you know, I appreciate him for showing me. Because, you know, I got there, he showed me around and everything, and I'm like, fuck, I'm still like, this doesn't solve my, you know, it solved my living situation, my being alive situation, but it didn't solve my death situation, the ending of life situation. And I appreciate him still to this day. Actually, I got to hit him up soon, because I haven't talked to him in a while. I appreciate him to this day, because I think he was a proprietor of, if I didn't have, you know, anything, then that could have been the end. Actually, that would have been the end. And he's like, chill, my nigga, you know what I mean? Just chill, you know what I mean? Don't do nothing. So I'm still fighting these fits. And I actually forgot to mention something. You know, a big reason for she also played another part into this story, and I literally just remembered her. I was going out with this girl named Samantha. Samantha was a Puerto Rican, cute little Puerto Rican thing. She was kind of cute, kind of ditzy. I don't like my girls ditzy. I like them smarter than that. But she was a cute little Puerto Rican girl, and she was still in high school. She was a senior. My problem with Samantha is that, okay, so this is the time I thought I was black. I didn't even know I was Puerto Rican. But more Puerto Rican than black. But this is the time I was black. I didn't know I was Puerto Rican. And she said her family only wanted her to date Puerto Ricans. She can only talk to a Puerto Rican. If she dated anybody not a Puerto Rican, then, I mean, she acted like they would kill her or some shit. So we were secretly dating for the longest. And if anybody has ever been in a secret relationship, it is like the worst fucking experience ever. At the same time, I'm still making music, or I was making music at this time, so that was one stress. And I was dealing with an ex-girlfriend of mine. Now, I didn't look at her in any other capacity other than a friend at that time. She was just helping me with my music, and then my best friend Murphy was helping me with my music. And then I also had another friend, Ishmael. He was helping me with music. Low key, I wanted Ishmael to ghostwrite for me because that nigga was spitting fire. I'm like, bro, let me use some of this shit. He didn't really rap, but he wrote shit, and this shit was really good. But I'm digressing. I'm getting beside the point. I know I have to backtrack a little bit before. Picture like this is all before me moving in. So I have to compound this stress with the other stresses. I completely forgot about this stress. But my girl is like on, off, cold, day, night, whatever. She won't talk to me for a couple days. She'll blah, you know, all this other stuff. So she wound up, I guess she had to babysit somewhere. And I want to say this is the down point of our relationship. I wound up coming over there and I wound up having sex with her. She told me she didn't give head. Now, to people that have never had head or haven't been in a relationship or just haven't had head, you'd be like, damn, that was really the downfall of the relationship. But no, it's everything. So we had sex. She told me she didn't give head. And like, it's just kind of like this awkwardness between both of us because at the time, not only that, she was a virgin. We were kind of like sneaking around. Her brother walked inside. She didn't catch us. I hid in the bathtub. But her brother walked in. It was awkward. It was just like probably one of the most weirdest sex of my life. And you know, it was just completely weird. All right. So it was we started talking less and less, and I really liked this girl. I really did. But the frustrations that I couldn't see her when I wanted to, you know, all this other stuff just compacted. And then I got kicked out, and I expected her to be there for me when I needed her the most. And she disappeared. I would call her. She wouldn't answer. Now, this is obviously months after. We actually had sex quite a few times after that. But this is months after, you know, that first particular incident. And things have just been going downhill and more downhill since. And like I said, I would call her, I would text her, she wouldn't message me back. So I started to feel really down by myself because not only did I not have any money, I didn't have any family to lean to, I just lost my girlfriend who was one of the only people I looked for, you know, one of the people I talked to, one of the people that I felt would help me throughout this time of need. And even if I were to talk to her, it wasn't like I can go see her and, you know, say hi, you know, just kick it with her. Like, I didn't even really want to have sex. I just wanted to, you know, somebody to be there for me. You know, if her family knew that I was like, you know, her boyfriend, whatever, I could just kick it with her family because they knew of me, but they didn't know me. Like, it's hard to, I kind of knew them and they kind of knew me, but they didn't know that we were going, they didn't even know we were talking. So they were really cool people. So it was like, you know, just something to help ease my mind, but I couldn't have that. And then that's when my friend Murphy starts, he always put this bug in my ear. He always put this bug in my ear. And that nigga a bitch though. Like he does some real shit, which puts me in another depression because that was my nigga. You know what I mean? I would beat a nigga's ass for him. I would kill somebody for Murphy at that time. That was my boy, my ride or die, man. He would upload like my music, which I still think is up there. You can like Google Marcus Cali or YouTube Marcus Cali. You might be able to find some of my really, really old music. And he dropped subtle hints about not my best friend, but the girl that was helping me do videos. And he was like, man, you treat her like shit, but she still come around. You know what I mean? Like, you curse her out when she don't do some shit right. You talk like you dog the fuck out of her, and she still comes back. And then you know, obviously he's all the way in touch with the Samantha situation. So he's like, why are you even dating this girl? How come you're not talking to this girl? I'm like, man, we already tried this. This girl, she flaky as shit, bro. She just too flaky, man. Like, it ain't nothing real wrong with her, but she flaky. And he's like, man, you got to let that shit go. That's the past, man. That's the past. And then he would talk to her at the same time because I guess at that time, it was later revealed to me by the girl that she was like, oh, I was losing faith in him, in me. And, you know, she just thought we were just friends. It was actually a time where she called me bros, and I flipped the fuck out of her. Like, don't you ever fucking call me bros. I'm not your fucking brother. You know what I mean? But he would tell her, nah, man, he like you. You just gotta, you know, you gotta be in the right heart. And he was telling her about me, like just how I am, because I'm not, which can be for a whole nother video. I'm not a typical person. I'm a goofy guy. I'm a funny guy, but I'm also very, very blunt. And a lot of people take that, like my bluntness, as like, I don't like you type thing. And it's not necessarily that I don't like you, it's that I say what's on my mind. Now, I get along with a lot of military cats because those cats have been in the military. They understand that what I'm saying is just straight up facts. Like, my best friend right now, Justin, I feel like a fucking best friend whore, but my best friend right now, Justin, he grew up in a military family. So when we first met, he knew who he didn't know who I was. He knew, like, okay, what he's saying is obviously it would hurt other people, but I'm, you know, like, I'm not going to take that to heart because I was always raised that, you know, they're just words. Like, just take them as words. If I told you, like, here's an example. If you weren't good at a particular area, I wouldn't, like, sugarcoat it. I wouldn't, like, wait for you to ask me. I'd be like, bro, you fucking suck at this. Just get better. Like, and I would go about showing you how to get better. And not everybody takes that the same way. A lot of people actually shy away from me because I say it what it is. Like, you know what I mean? And Murphy would tell this girl that, you know, hey, you know, he's, like, he doesn't dislike you. The fact that he's actually even taking the time to tell you stuff or to flip out on you just means that, you know, he has the attention, he's paying attention to you. So she kind of like just stayed there waiting in the wings type shit. You know, just there. So the girl, Samantha, disappears. We're going to fast forward back to Samantha disappearing. I am terrible at storytelling, and you guys can say that down below in the comment section. I think I can get way better at storytelling. But fast forward back to the 3 weeks, and Samantha not hitting me up. At this entire time, I'm messaging him. I'm messaging this girl. And this girl, she's not necessarily, she's talking to me. And I'm like, I'm thinking more and more, I'm like, damn, this girl has really been there for me the entire time. And then I start to remember that this bitch, she is a flaky ass bitch. So it gets to a point where I'm like, fuck it. Life just ain't for me, man. Like, life really, really ain't for me. And I just can't. I had the whole plan set out, you know what I mean, about ending it. I was just going, I was going to take some pills, go out to the desert, never be heard from again, you know what I mean, go far, far, far into the desert. And then, you know, take some pills, and because I'm not about that, oh, take pills, find me in the bathroom type shit. No, you're not gonna find me, you know what I mean? If I'm gonna do it, I'm going to do it. I don't want anybody to find me. And that's when she messaged me, and she said, what are you doing? And obviously I said nothing. And she finally expressed that I want to be with you. You know what I mean? I just can't stand talking to you and not being with you. And then I told her, I was like, we can't be together if we can't see each other. I'm not going through this, I'm going to be there for you and flake out type shit, and I'm not going to see you and all that other big shit. You know, all that other bullshit. And that's just not going to happen. She was like, what if I came to see you now? And so I'm sitting there, I'm like, I am legitimately figuring out how to kill myself, and you want to come see me. This is like some fucking, literally, I'm hanging off the cliff again. I'm ready to let go. 2 fingers are on the cliff. I'm ready to just give it all up. And you're talking about coming to see me. You're really going to flake on me again. All right, sure. If there was any way to let me down in life, fuck it. I told her, run that shit. Couple hours go by. I'm like, all right, I'm ready. Again, as soon as I'm about to go, she pops up. She actually shows up. For the first time ever she shows up. And I'm like, did you really just show up? Like, I'm still in shock. I'm in awe. And I guess we can have a little Disney moment. I go up to her and I kiss her. And I tell her thank you. I don't think she still understands to this day why I told her thank you and all that other stuff and why I was holding her so tight. But she gave me that little bit, just that little bit of energy that I needed to know that it wasn't my time. And it's never, if you kill yourself, it's never your time, man. It never is your time. You can never say that you lived your life to the fullest if you ended it yourself. And I just wanted to put that little bit of information out there because everybody has a plan. And I'm not religious at all. I don't believe in religion, but there is a God, and God has a plan. Everybody has a purpose. And if you guys can look at those subtle hints, you'll find your purpose. Now, that girl turned out to be my wife, Amber. That's why I kind of like when I said Am, and I was like, fuck, I said it. But that girl turned out to be my wife of my 2 kids. And I'm here now. Now, there is a part 3 to this story. And I'm not 100% sure if you guys want to see a part 3 because, like I said, this one was pretty, it was kind of dark. You know, it wasn't, I feel like it made quite a few people, it can make somebody uncomfortable. But yes, there is quite a few more parts to this story, and it doesn't necessarily, like, I didn't see her and she didn't, oh my God, I am no longer depressed. Obviously, I'm still fighting that depression at that time, and I fight it for quite some time. But I'm going to leave it right at there because I think that's a nice little sweet spot to end on. The first time you guys got left with a cliffhanger. The second time you get left with a sweet spot so you know that there's, you know, there's more good times than, no, there wasn't more good times than bad times, but you know that there's a little more end of the light at the tunnel. And if you guys want to see a part 3, because I want to say that there are maybe 3 or 4 parts to this story about me dealing with just depression, not necessarily stories, you know, throughout that time frame, but about me dealing with the depression that goes on right here. And I hope that this story has been helping you guys. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really, really appreciate it. And I really hope that I helped some of you guys through your depression as well. Keep fighting, man. Just seriously, I really wish that this video could touch at least one of you guys and understand how, yeah, I know it's dark right now, but you gotta cherish those good moments when you get out of it, because you will get out of it. Thank you guys so much. Let me know down below if you guys want to hear a part 3, but I'll hit you guys up then.